In or out, it's your call.
There's no ref here.
That's on us.
Decisions like these are about trust.
That's spirit.
Not a slogan.
But to be fair,
Even when the game is on the line.
It's not easy.
sometimes it gets intense.
Because spirit keeps the game bigger than the point.
Bigger than the call,
Bigger than me.
It's how I know I can go all out.
and trust my opponent will too.
It's not just rules, it's respect.
Because when you respect the call,
You respect the player.
It's every decision you make.
Every conversation,
every point.
It's the reason I compete at my best.
And when I have to make the call,
in or out,
I'll call it honestly.
because spirit is the standard.
And we don't play below it.
Finals action here, our final streamed game of the tournament here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships 2026 junior phase of the tournament. Women's final between Dyno from Vancouver and TORO from Toronto, the matchup of the big cities in Ultimate. A few big cities left out, but this will be a tight one, I imagine. My name is Clayton Howlett. I'm here with Marie-Philippe Mayotte. Bang. And we're pretty excited to bring you this women's matchup. We're here in Surrey, British Columbia at Newton Athletic Park on the traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including Sawasan, Coquitlam, Kwantlen, Katsi, Semiahmoo, and Kakite peoples. We're so privileged to be here at this field. The weather has been fantastic. It is hot, especially on this turf. Teams have managed that, they've got shade through tents, lots of water. So there's been a lot of good tournament management from teams. Say, Marie, what are you looking forward to in this game?
I think we're going to see two teams ready to duke it out for this finals. I think we're going to see like really some crisp offense on both sides. So it's going to come down to D, I think.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of veterancy here. Both teams sporting a contingent of players who's gradding, but specifically TORO.
Yeah.
Reading their college commitments, I think it's
Fair to say
13 graduates. So a lot of experience here in the junior programs that's going to be played out. Dyno last year knocked out by Titan in the quarterfinal. Revenge to battle all the way here. Dyno is in the black on the right side of your screen, and they will be starting on defense. TORO in the white and red. This pull lands inbounds, fielded and pitched over to Liu. A huck comes up immediately. It's going to float. TORO gets position, but number 7 from Dyno, Lena Duffield, was able to get the position against Lola Merle. Picked up by Bell and thrown to Liu. That's blocked, but then a foul called. It looks like our TORO player here is thinking about it. That was Daphne Bell with the throw. Bell twins on this team. Observer explanation. Number 4, do you want to go to the observer? What do you think? What's your perspective? Foul, observer ruling is a foul. So the catch will be completed. And Ken will get the disc. Gonna come in at 1. Everybody's waiting to get organized. It's pretty. And we're 3, 2, 1, go, and we're in. Ken looking for options. Has T-Bell in the back. Tessa Bell. Both twins on the same line. Grace Paley moves that to Daphne. She's able to get it back around to Paley. Tessa Bell now goes to her sister. The twins here getting some motion going. And they'll just play together, but too high. T-Bell's pass to D-Bell. No good. Toro walking the disc up. Hearing the honest call from the coaching staff of Dyno. They want a tight defense. Speaking of tight defense, he was there, but it's number 15, Meredith Short, who brings it in against Monique Petrachuk. Lou, through some traffic. Unsurprising pick call.
Unsurprising. You completely had to stop against Short. So
these players, she's talking about what the count will come in at. It's 4 in there. Lou and Lou and Paley in agreement. Inside break gets Toro with some momentum, but doesn't elect to go to the continue. Disc held in the middle for some time. Gonna need a reset. Galarke was able to generate some resets, and the disc moves itself around to Leo. That pass has some spice on it, and Petrachuk able to make the play that time. As T-Bell will walk up to the disc. Out to Paley. T-Bell off the front to Tessa. He will launch it. This is going to hang. Merle in the area this time. A big defensive play there and help defense from Toro. Merle assisted by Chekalova, I believe. Dyno trying to clamp the unders here, but Toro using some legs to get 2 in a row, but trapped on the, well, not trapped, but wrapped on the sideline. And T-Bell able to get the run through. Galarke saying that her hands were contacted while she was moved. Tessa Bell saying the contact did not affect her ability to catch it, so perhaps after the fact. And it'll be a contest, so differing perspectives. Team Orange nearby, but not required. Naomi Liu gets it back at 2. And that pass floats up. Daphne brings it down over to Tessa. Daphne looking for options. Tessa's there, open in front on the break side. Once again, playing together. Kind of unfair chemistry through blood there. As Daphne gets it in front and then flips it to Petrachuk. The score, 1-0.
So not the cleanest points, but Dyno manages to open the score.
The Bell twins getting it done by themselves there. That was pretty impressive.
And on their first drive as well, it was bell to bell, which was just above her head, but still close. So yeah, I think we're going to be saying a lot of the Bell names.
Thanks to the length of that point, I kind of lost, actually, who started this game. Was that a hold or a break?
That's a break.
That's a break.
That's a break
All
for
right.
Dyno.
So, break for Dyno. They started the game on defense. I promise I'll be with it from now on, everybody.
I'm taking notes. We're good.
Yes, you're all over the notes. You've done great with that. Seeing a D-line roster staying out there. Both Bell twins still out there. Kelly Choa sticking around. No, sorry. Lena Duffield sticking around. Grace Paley sticking around. Petrachuk still out there. So the D-line from Dyno remaining the same. It's going to be Tessa Bell with the pole.
We've got Daphne Bell as well on the line.
Staying out there, yeah. And Tessa's pole is going to land near the brick mark, kind of low. TORO tries to get it moving immediately against a match defense here. Slough on the point to get people in the way. Choa's huck is going to float. Can she get there? Daisy Zhu cannot. That disc coming down. She felt she had to lay out and perhaps had to lay out a little bit early to make the play.
We see TORO looking for the deep shot. It's been the third deep shots that he tried.
T-Bell goes to Paley. And she'll get it over to Daphne. Daphne pump fakes the deep. Doesn't like the under. Paley's going to get there for the reset. Tessa coming across. It's not there. Instead, they're going to find the around to Chen. Chen to Paley, who gets a great upline scoop on her check. Finds Petrachuk with some wheels underneath. Petrachuk will shoot. And with the superior read is Caitlin Ng. And another break for Dyno. The score, 2-0.
Perfect read from Caitlin on that one. She wasn't even contested. But
everybody rewind 10 seconds. The scoreboard will have to be reset perhaps as there is a call
on that throw.
Yeah, we'll find everybody's walking back. Observer Andra heading down to talk to Chazzy, the other observer there, as they determine what happened. I was going to say the 2-break lead, as we saw for the previous Dyno team, might not mean much.
No.
Travel call.
This early in the game.
So it's not a goal. So travel called on the throw. Here from the sideline, Petrachuk is getting told, just do it again. I mean, folks have steps, but no, she's going to go for the reset to Paley. Daphne comes across on the scoop. Petrachuk takes off. Tessa there. Over to Paley. Paley has nobody cutting out of the stack, so she'll reset to Tessa, who was not prepared for that line on the disc, and it's thrown to the wrong side. TORO elects not to huck, a smart choice as Pearson with the disc now goes for the under to Choa. TORO taking these free unders. Degan goes around to 0-0 Annie Neri, who has to come back in bounds, thinking it was the other blue line, the sideline that has caught many players this week. Degan's pass. Did it stays inbound? What an athletic play.
She towed that in perfectly.
And it was not just a toe where she kept her feet on the ground. It was lay out, feet leave, kick back, toe, the sideline and the end zone. Wow. And I didn't get her jersey number.
Oh, me neither. I was just focused on the observers to make sure that she had a good line of view, and she did when she called that in.
Wow,
But,
what a play. I'm just going to pop off for a second, Marie. Hey, TORO, who got the goal? For 8.
So
Shara
Pearson.
Pearson. I mean, we had to find out immediately because that was an amazing play.
Luckily for us, we had 2 TORO players right next to our booth.
Yeah.
So that's helpful.
Yeah. We're going to leverage our proximity to the field here on our wonderful little stage platform where we can both see everything and we don't feel like we're up a tower being blown around in the wind. So good position for us to see everything. So that 2-break lead turns into a 1-1 tie game
Yeah, so not a 2-break lead, just single break. Dyno will start on O on this one for once.
They did get earlier, that break earlier was on the more difficult side to score on, so now they have to do it on offense. Seeing a lot of crossover on the O-line here as Daphne and Tessa start playing pass together on an O-line here with Paley in the back. So Dyno electing to keep some tight lines to begin. Natalie Young making an appearance with the disc as she floats it back to Tessa. Paley. It's been a great foil for these twins. Very fast in her own right, as this handler core can pretty much do whatever. Sammy Lamb looking for options. We'll get it back to Paley. Daphne was open across, but that throw had some spice on it from Paley, and it's too low. Toro with the break chance. You were going to say that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Liu gets it to the middle to Davy Young. And we'll come back to her. And she's going to shoot. And Merle snags that away out of position, coming around with those long arms. Lou with the pass to Davy Young. Davy Young holding the disc, looking for the upline opportunity. And that goes out of bounds. Maria, I didn't like that. Held it too long, looking upfield, I think.
Davy Young saw a lot of space behind Lou and thought that she could put it there. I think the wind caught that disc a bit, but now we have an injury call from Lou.
Yeah, so she's saying, I'm all right, but I need to sub. We'll see if Dyno elects to sub anyone. They've kind of been running their, I want to say, power line so far in this game. Smart, well, it's a tactic. Can we run our power line at the beginning of the game consistently to make this other team crumble and like put them down a bunch of points, establish a lead they will never come back from?
Or will your main players be too tired by half?
And we saw that happen in the previous game. I mean, they're totally different teams. It's just a lesson in what can happen.
Yes.
You ride your top line the whole time. I mean, you have to. It's the final.
But it's knowing
something
your
that can
team.
happen.
If you know your team, your athletes, you know what they can do.
Tessa flips that to Daphne. Doesn't have the upline. Tessa will set up in the reset, unguarded. Working its way back to the middle. Paley comes around. Wide open in the middle is Liang. Out to Daphne. Travel called on Daphne. It's a self-check, so she says, all right, and goes to check it back in. Paley's going to shoot up high. And just bounces off the hands of Sammy Lamb. I mean, good pressure from Toro. That's what presence does.
Yes.
More toes inbounds from Toro. This pass, will it be leading? It's the dueling 15s, but it's going to be Adelaide Hoy in front of Meredith Short.
Great
the play.
defensive vision by Hoy.
Daphne looks over to Paley. Tessa comes underneath. That had some spice on it up high for Tessa. Hearing some movement calls from the Toro coaches. And the Seaborn over here running the show. And Toro does begin to move it. And a jab step up line from Galarke generates the reset. The U does not like the under, though. And kind of the rounding the corner cut from Davy Young. Not a sufficient reset. And this time, once again, it's Adelaide Hoy making a play against her check to keep it alive, but it comes right back as Meredith Short reaches in to get a hand on that for the hand block. So Toro with the break chance. Once again, they need to get this break back. Short calling for it, bounces off her hands, and Hoy is able to knock it down.
Good thing Hoy was there because she was ready to lay out to get that second bid on the disc.
Yeah, why you can't give up after
Never
it's in
give
the
that
air,
up,
right? You got
no.
to keep going. So, T-Bell, Tessa, we'll swing that over to Paley, over to Hoy. Haley setting up in a reset. Toro okay with the lateral passes. They tighten up at the end there, but Daphne comes across. She's going to throw it up. Does have a wide open receiver. The hanging huck doesn't matter. It's 97 over 87 for Dyno. Didn't show it to her, but they both come down with it. Now T-Bell hits Lamb. Goes back around to Tessa. Paley is there, leads out to space, and she bids. Bounces off her hands. A great effort there by Paley, but this point continues. Long point. Timeout going to be called by Toro. Maria, I'm not surprised at all.
That's a good idea. We've seen this is a long point in this sun with players that have played since the beginning of this game. So I think a good rest is in order.
Yeah. So I'm going to get fact checked on this, but 105 minutes from now, that would be, oh, come on, math. I want to say 5:35. Is that right? That's our game.
5:35
Hey!
is soft cap. Yes.
Yeah, 5:35 will be soft cap. Our game started at 3:50.
That's right.
The time is 4:07. It's been 17 minutes and the score is 1-1. Just like the start to our last final. We're seeing quite the mirror match here. Not in teams, but kind of in the story of the game where we're getting these long points. Both teams really having to battle for these points. We're going to try and find out if these teams did see each other earlier in the tournament and how that went. TORO, not talked about as one of the favorites in this tournament. Some guests on podcasts could have been way off with their expected results here. Talking about present company me. But, you know, the TORO has had a strong, consistent tournament so far. Dyno, always a force over the last 4 years of their inception. So we've got a rather deep stack safe for number 8, Shar Pearson, who had that excellent toe kickback goal earlier. So it'll be an ISO play to her here. She tries the jump cut. It works to get the reset. No one's taking Davy Young under, and she'll shoot. Can Merle get there? She can. Merle's got a great read on it. Flips it over to short. Badian needs something. Few too many resets. She'll throw this out to space. It's up high. And Pearson unable to make that play under pressure.
So after some check, they never met in this tournament yet.
Okay.
But now trading possession of the disc.
Yeah, that was Sammy Lamb making the effort, but couldn't quite grab it. And Short will pick up. Pearson will pick up and get things going with her handlers. She'll make a toss to what she thought was a poach player, but her player wasn't ready. Who was one of the Bell twins? It was Tessa who pitches it over to Daphne. Ooh, good defense there by Davy Young to cut out the first pass, but Tessa punishes it by going up the line hard for her sister. Young. Looking for options. She has Paley. Out to Tessa. Tessa's going to shoot deep. And unfortunate read, or perhaps unfortunate breeze, Kira Lee.
The wind is not very strong, but enough to disturb these passes. That outside in pass, that drop.
So, TORO, once again, it's another break shot. That pass and turn is too high. Daphne picks up. Tessa's underneath, open, pass kind of high. Daphne putting her hands up, saying it's on me. Tessa showing a little frustration, but getting right back on defense. Pearson sneaks that to Davy Young. Short. Looking for options. Doesn't like the little pop to Davy Young there. So many people surrounding her. High count. Throws the hammer. Curls the wrong way, and Paley says thank you. Stahl also said, and it looks like Short may agree with that. So the disc is going to come back over here. Marie, I felt that was sort of rescue rangers or everyone around the disc. You got to give your dump space to get open. Not everybody can collapse like that.
No, and they were really close. One player in front of short, one player behind.
Yeah, we also have an injury sub down
Yeah,
there.
we have a substitution on Toro's side.
Looks like
Now
Emily Claire Badian taking the sub.
and Dyno elects to sub a player in as well. Lou going out.
And Duffield coming in for Dyno.
Duffield, yes.
And Lou coming in.
So disc back where the stall was called. Dyno looking to hold on this point.
Good spirit by short there. Very hard in a final to agree with a stall down call.
That Ammer pass was a Hail Mary.
Boy has Lee in the middle. He flips that over to Paley. A little too far in advance of Daphne Bell. But with this long point, you got to think that some fatigue is getting in the way.
And the disc have been popping up. They've been a bit higher than expected, I believe.
Pearson throws it to Davy Young where the defense can't get it. Her pass out to the fresh Naomi Liu is complete. Liu looking for options. She has the around to Pearson. Davy Young gets the around shot to Merle, and that's a break for Toro. And you got to think that's a momentum shifter as they take the lead against an exhausted power line of players from Dyno who have played all the points so far. That is to say, they have played for 23 straight minutes. That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. Timeout called on Dyno's side now.
Yeah, and that's the first one. Definitely attacked it to give these players a rest because, I mean, I'm just watching Dyno's group right now. The coach Kurahashi walking with her players. The Bell twins are on their way. Paley's on her way. Number 7, Duffield, headed out there. So, electing to ride those big names. Sammy Lamb.
I'm thinking I
That's
made a
about a 10.
mistake, and I think the timeout was it on Toro's side?
Oh, okay. Well, nevertheless, this is a rest that Dyno had.
Oh yeah, they're taking advantage of it for sure, but they seem ready to play.
Yeah. So I think there's only one fresh player and out for O-line for Dyno here, and that's Caitlin Ing, number 10. Everyone else was just on. And Dyno, the final. You ask your players, are you still good to go? And they're like, yeah, I'm good. Give me some water, I'm good to go. It's the final. You say, all right. And then if you have to later pull them off and be like, you're not all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the rest. I need you to take that break. I'll put you out the next point after this one. Not a bad idea if points are trading, but I mean, we're 3 points into the game and it's been 25 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
These are long points, definitely.
Yeah.
You have to be ready coming in, but you need to be ready for a long point.
Yeah.
So
Whereas looking at Toro's line, I think that's an entirely fresh line.
yes,
So
Toro on defense with some fresh legs. We'll see if that helps them out.
Toro ready to go. Signaling readiness. And keeping themselves on side. This pull. Lands in bounds. Some energy from the Toro sideline here. Sluffy zone look here, and they're going to keep it. So it is indeed a zone. It's kind of this arrowhead. You have two people on the edge to try and get in the throwing lane. But Tessa is able to find the gap to Caitlin Ing. Ken flips that back to Lamb. Tessa has Ing, who's fresh, underneath, putting in some work this point. Paley, the dependable reset. Dyno motioning that they're getting into end zone. Reset around over to Tessa. Daphne setting up in the reset. And an athletic play there by Isabella Chen, but the wind or the power behind that throw asserts itself.
Just out of reach of Dyno.
Choa had an option to Pekalova, but wasn't sure if that was on the wrong line or it was just the clap catch there in that spot is pretty difficult.
Yeah, I think it was on the wrong line. It looked like to be on her inside shoulder, and she was not expecting it there.
Haley runs onto that pass, which took an advantageous float despite the wind. Chen throws that to T-Bell. Over to Paley. That's got some zip on it over to Lamb. Ing on the doorstep. Gets it to Daphne. No celebration. Just okay. We've stopped the bleeding. One break apiece. The score 2-2. I would think this is Dyno's chance to rest those players, but maybe they don't need it. I don't want to presume their fitness level, but it is, you know, curious to see what they're going to do here when those players have played all 4 points so far.
Well, 2-all, Toro starting on 0, so we're back at the beginning of this game.
Well, we are seeing a rotation now. A bit from, no, I say the majority players of Dyno out there. You know, I am seeing number 7, Lena Duffield out there again. But looking at everybody else, I think we're seeing some players that have yet to enter the game. Fun fact about the Bell twins. You know what school they're going to for university? No? UVic. Oh. Yes. Fear the Vikes, everybody. What's your college team that you like root for?
Oh, we've got a few good ones, but I would say Université de Montréal.
Yeah,
would
okay.
be our classic.
Classic choice?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That disc lands out of bounds. Cassie, the observer, drops the beanbag to show where it needs to be walked in. Yeah, landed out of bounds. So the reason that beanbag went down is because since it was beyond the brick, they can center it on that line. So Liu goes around to Galarke. And Galarke, excuse me. Badian looking for options. Has Davy Young. Didn't take it. And Sophie Kin gets the run through D. That's what number 95 does. Big defensive plays.
Great
and
view that pass was coming in, and she had the inside shoulder.
Maravines finds some options. Dyno gets it moving now in the hands of Ing. Excuse me, Lee. And a defensive play there made by Davy Young, I believe.
Yes.
Liu. Davy Young's going to take off. Has the timing, but Dyno was waiting for it. Davy Young with the Jets, though, making the play. Takes. Okay. Debatable. I could not tell. Marie, what do you got?
I say it's up. Oh, no. Observers are calling it down.
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, observers repeating the call.
All right.
Nelson here in Toronto for us as we need to get to the booth here. So we appreciate the observers' help. That's Troy, who helped us out so much in the last game there to make the call.
So Naomi Liu saying she caught the disc. And is it Abigail?
I believe it's, yeah, Abigail Hui over there.
Calling it down.
Yeah. Tight from this angle.
I'm thinking she managed to get her fingers under that, but did the turf help her get control of the disc? That's the question.
We have had an instance, you remember the Open Final last year, where if there's no other way to do it and teams really want to know, they have run over to the booth before and consulted with us to get the angle. We don't want to make a habit of that, but it was on a game-deciding play, so
I don't know if you watched the World Games in...
Observer ruling disc up. I'll let you finish that thought, but
So
goal.
score. All right.
That's a hold for Toro. The score 3-2. Marie, you were saying it.
At the World Games,
Yeah.
they had this giant screen that was playing the
Oh,
game
yes.
in real time,
Yeah.
and players could just turn around, watch the replay, and say, "All right, so that was up. Let's continue
Okay.
playing."
Let's continue. Yeah, we would love to bring that to you. There is no giant screen to be
No,
seen here, though.
unfortunately.
So, I mean, we're streaming on YouTube. You can just roll it back, get in slow motion, fire up the quality to get those pixels out of the way, and then you can let us know in the comments what you think. Obviously, if you're a Dyno fan, you're saying it's down. We get it. If you're a Toro fan, you're saying it's up. Our
That's
impartial volunteers over here saying we think it was up.
Spirit of the Games forbids us from being too partisan to our
It's
team.
very true. Yeah. I am from BC, but I live in Victoria, so Vancouver is kind of the enemy. So I have no stakes in this. This pole from Pearson lands inbounds as Toro comes down in his zone. Tessa over to Paley. Zippy pass over to Leung. Tessa over to Paley. Daphne kicking around in the backfield. Instead, Paley's going to pop it over top to Leung. Over to Tessa, and it's just too far behind her. Momentum going the wrong way for T-Bell there. And Toro with a chance. Pearson. Doesn't like the look under, but has a free reset. The disc moves all the way over to Dagan. Or pass to Choa. Fielded well. Pekalova. Over to Dagan. Dagan calling for the position. It's not there. She has a player going up the line with some wheels. That's Lucy Gao. Gao. Lots of people calling for the disc. Pearson is underneath, and that is a break for Toro. The score 4-2. Toro now leading by 2 points and up 1 break. 2-1 for those of you that like to assess the game in such a manner. And if you don't know what I mean, a break is when you score on defense, and it's how you win games.
Yes, you break to win. I love the look of Maya Vick on that zone, using her size as the top corner of the diamond zone, and made the D for Toro.
Half will be capped in a half hour. So we are technically halfway through the first half,
4:45.
time-wise. Score-wise, not quite. These points are long, but, we're seeing again the same players from Dyno getting out there, showing some tenacity. Bell Twins, goes without saying that they're out there. Paley on the line. Ing making another appearance. While Toro rotating to their D-line. Davy Young putting in a lot of work. She's been on quite a few points.
Yeah.
And so has Lou. And her pull will land in. Has some hang time as Daphne picks up and looks to center to Tessa. We'll go over to Paley. Toro has come down in zone. Very poaching in front of the disc. They got to watch the double team here. Observers have shown they will penalize that. Davy Young on the mark against Tessa. Haley now has a chance to punish the poach. Saw that a mile away to Kira Lee. Chen. Back to Paley. Goes around to Tessa. Gets a chance to go to Ing, but Ing's cut not quite fast enough. Instead, Paley gets it back on the sideline. She's going to put that out to Hoy. Disc sailing. And at the last second,
Tiana Tang with just getting her hand up and blocking that disc.
Galarke digs that out of the ground, and Davy Young calls foul. Players have their backs to us, but if this is no foul, that was just absolute robbery by Tessa Bell there. So we'll find out if Tessa pulled off the heist or not.
She's saying she clap catched
Yeah.
and probably calling for a strip.
Kind of want to cue the detective music here. Let's see. We do have Troy, observer Troy. Oh, contested. Thank you, Troy. So foul contest. And it's coming in at stall 2, according to Caitlin Ing. So Galarke, looking for options, has a wide open swing, and Liu has to hit the panic button to grab that, but no check nearby, so she's okay. Davy Young now comes under and is looking for options. Doesn't have much, but it is Hang who kind of squirrels around in the middle to get it. 2 times in a row as she looks for the pop to Davy Young, and that time Tessa pulls off the clean steal and moves it to Chen. Daphne now looks to her sister up the line, but Tessa will come back for the reset to the break side and flips it around to Paley. Pardon me, they flipped the force the other way, so that's the open side. Hang now. Lots of people cutting in front of the disc. Paley and Bell kind of had the wrong timing, and then travel, I suppose, but here we go.
Yeah, seems like it. Doesn't stop the play.
Paley doesn't have Tessa underneath because Davy Young is there, but then Tessa pulls off the juke. Looks to Paley up line. It's not there, but a player is poached. It is Chen. Chen puts that out to space to Hoy, not in. And Hoy doesn't have the continue. We'll flip it back to Daphne. Paley looking for it and not in. Is she going to pop it to Chen here? Nope. Instead, Bell takes advantage of a little, I just say Naomi Liu didn't know where the disc was. So Daphne Bell able to punish that and just get the little pop in front. So a hold for Dyno, the score 4-3.
Nice patience by Dyno on the end zone line. Toro, hard defending, but they managed to punch it in.
If you haven't gotten enough ultimate coverage this week in our junior tournament, you'll be pleased to know that we're going to continue streaming all week as our senior tournament begins tomorrow. Our first stream starting at 10:30. Much like the initial streams in this phase of the tournament, we do try and achieve regional diversity. Teams we expect not to be in these big games. Hence why, you didn't see a team like Dyno on the stream early, because we had predictive hopes for them. But that will tighten up as these tournaments go on into our bracket matchups as we try and bring you the excitement. But please keep in mind, we can't predict how these games will go when we pick some of these matchups. We do the best we can. Oh, man, if I had a crystal ball, can you imagine how good my commentating would be?
That would be great.
Yeah, I'd be able to say, like, every catch or turnover before it happened, so. Is number 30, Myra Vines with the pull. Offside by Dyno. So Toro lets the disc hit the ground and they bring it to the brick. The next offense will be at half and half for the rest of the game. Offsides can only be called against the defense. It's a false start against the offense. And some pressure defense there into a swan dive, and that looked like it hurt on the turf. Didn't get which players those were, but they're going to take a minute. The turf not very slippery, so when you hit the ground, that smarts.
Yeah, both players taking a second before coming back up.
Yeah. Yeah, signaling a foul or just brushing off the rubber turf balls. I'm not sure.
I think she called foul beforehand.
Okay.
Getting back up. Offering her hand to
Petrachuk.
the Dyno.
Petrachuk gets the yellow card for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Petrachuk knew that or is just unhappy, but
So we've got a change on the Toro side.
Toro's going to get possession on the catch here because it was a yellow card. Whether or not the offense, and I'm sorry, I don't know who it was, but whether or not the offense got the disc or not, as a yellow card was awarded to the defender honor, it's going to be an automatic completion as Davy Young comes into the game to pick up. He's been a big presence so far. Again, and Petrachuk will stay on to mark her. And lots of traffic for Toro. So they'll have to reset backwards. And a wide open Vera Huang moves it to Pearson. In the middle, it's Davy Young using that size to get the disc. Petrachuk a little shaken up. Neri elevates, gets it out to Davy Young after that great catch. Davy Young trying to direct traffic. Has Pearson in front. Pearson floats this out to space. Neri again elevating. And then to Mia Chekalova. Point for Toro, 5-3. And we're seeing another player down for Dyno. A rough point on the Dyno bodies there. Petrachuk holding her wrist. No, I think she's okay. Just some turf burn. And
Was that a hold for Toro? It was, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yes. We're mathing over here, people.
Yes. All right.
It's been a day. Tot doing the best we can, but we got it. 5-3. Hold for Toro. We're one break apiece right now.
Actually, I'm thinking that's a break as well.
Okay, I lied.
Well, we'll see. You can correct us in the comments. Sorry.
Yeah, we're okay with that. And
But we're pretty sure it's 5-3, and then
so being coaches from the Toro staff, that I remember reading that this is allowed. They got radio to communicate with each other. I remember that that is permitted. Yeah. Yeah, Paley will pick up and flip that over to T-Bell. Out to her sister Daphne. Tessa looking for options. Haley's not there. She'll look over to Sammy Lamb. Tessa looks to huck to Paley, but no dice. Back out to Sammy Lamb. Elevating is Kira Lee to keep it alive. As a free reset to Tessa. Daphne comes out of the stack. Continuing to cut at the front will be the reset for her sister. Looking for options. Runs out of time and will pitch it to space. Who's got the read? Who's got the size? And it's speed over stature. Natalie Young with the bring down. He's fired up. A hold for Dyno, but
Meredith Short was on her heels trying to get that block, but she had position and speed.
yeah, the Natalie Young showing some excitement after that, as she should. I mean, Short had kind of an imposing position on her right away, but it was Young who held the true position where she needed to be and turned on the jets to make that play. Dyno, though, continuing to, no, I take it back. Now, once again, kind of rotating. We saw some rotations earlier, and now they're doing it where they're getting some more players in, recognizing that in this stage of the game, they're going to need those big players more. So I do want to think that it was trying to establish a lead early in the game and then kind of falling back into a more standard rotation of players.
That plan kind of failed with the first break from Toro.
Perhaps, yeah.
And then they decided to elect to just go back to their standard.
Speculation is what we do here.
Yes.
The wind is blowing from the top left of your screen, viewers, kind of into our faces. So that diagonal has made moving in this direction, like Toro on offense, throwing right-handed flicks towards the bleachers, very difficult. Toro getting position right away up to the brick, and that bounces off the hands of Pearson. I think she was looking at the next throw before properly reeling that in.
A mistake we've seen just too
Countless
often.
times. finds her pass to Chen connects, but the subsequent one to Ing does not.
A bit too fast on pulling that trigger.
Wide open Pekalova. Pearson reels it in this time. And finds Choa in the middle. Pearson comes across that, passes out to space. Someone else collecting. Pekalova was in the area to save that as she throws it to Pearson. Pekalova will take off up the line, unguarded. She's going to throw that out to space. And the superior read, Tanya Krulik, saved the day as that sailed over everyone else's heads.
I think Toro's hold for that point was not necessarily always to intended receiver, but it worked. So they'll take it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was two.
Yes.
Right? In a very quick sequence where it was just like, well, other players keeping their heads up. I mean, the other reason that you want to stay active on your feet, kind of in a ready stance to do something, just in case wind breeds scenarios for second efforts.
And as you said, going on the far sideline with the wind, it can pop up. It will stay in the air. So there's a second effort always possible.
So, I know you can't see them right now, viewers, but they do like to put that kind of common power line that they've had on the line out there. As you see the Toro coaches talking, looking downfield, you're going to take so-and-so, you're going to take so-and-so, you're going to take so-and-so. So they recognize this power line. They're setting up their matchups right now. Readiness signal from Dyno. Toro coach has time just to hustle off the field. He's good. And here comes the pull from Davy Young. That will land inbounds. Daphne collecting to Tessa. They play a little bit of pass. Tessa has an open receiver in Lee. Who's going to look for the reset to Paley. Tight D, but Tessa comes in to help. Big swing across to Daphne. She steps out looking for a backhand hook, but it's not there. She finds the under instead. Lamb will throw to Tessa. Tessa's going to unleash to Hoy. Does Hoy have the read? Yes, she does. And one against Merle as Merle kind of came across the back there. So a big hold for Dyno, and you can see that they needed that jolt of energy.
Great read on that catch. The wind picking it up a bit and bringing it out closer our side. At her defender on her back the entire way, and still managed to reel that in.
We're at 4:39. The half cap should come on around 4:45. So I think after this point, we will get a little bit of consultation from our team in orange and let us know where and when half will be taken.
Yes, the points have been shorter now, not as long as when this game started. So we might have time to have one or two before half cap.
I think with the time as it is, I feel like the half cap sometimes comes on a little bit early. I don't know if that's by design.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like if the observers can tell, oh, okay, listen, we're about to click over 30 seconds. We're just going to call it now. I'm not sure if that's the thing or if they seek teams' agreements on that, but
We're going to have to speak with Team Orange.
yeah, they teach us a lot at the hotel. For people that don't know, they go back to the hotel and agonize over whether they made the correct calls or not, and they teach each other, they learn. It's pretty fantastic. And they teach us while we're there. That pole will sail out of bounds and be taken at the brick. Picking up, I believe that is Lucy Gao. She'll tap it in. She doesn't have to wait for the defense to be prepared as long as she taps it. Dagan tries the reset. Pearson's open, but she doesn't like it, and it's number 7, Lena Duffield, who's made a mark in this game with the run through D. Tessa picks up, has Daphne as a reset. And she'll take it. No, she won't. Instead finds Ing. And there's some contact in the middle of the field. Looks like accident and some high spirit being shown. Players helping each other out. That was Petrachuk with some contact on her check. I believe it wasn't dangerous. Petrachuk does have a yellow card against her, so she'll have to be careful. That went the other way. Troy just held up a yellow to number 6 on Toro, I think.
He was
To Kelly
sideways to
Choa?
us, but he seemed to be pointing, showing a yellow card to
Well,
Choa.
yeah, I believe so. We'll double check that. That's some intrigue. Tessa goes up the line with some fancy footwork. Does not like the throw to Delfield, though. Daphne's going to put up work in front. It's not there. Will the reset go to Lamb? No. It goes to her sister, Daphne, and Dyno gets that break back. And the score is now 6-6.
Dyno really needed that one to not be too far back coming into the halftime. I'm sure they're stoked to have gotten that
Yeah.
that break.
I see all the observers looking at their watches. I think we're going to do half at 7 or at 8. I'll try and get Troy's attention in a moment. Both lines, seeing some familiar faces. Half will be at 8. Troy's on top of it, knows what we want. So half at 8.
It's great that the observers are mic'd up in between themselves so they can be sure to all be on the same page.
Yeah. And it's not the closest observer that necessarily makes calls. They have that radio to say, yeah, I'm right here. Who's got it? Or who's really sure about their perspective, and they can help each other with that. Which I think is the right way to do it. You technically want best perspective.
Exactly.
And when an observer says, I have the best one, even if they're not next to the play and they're farther away, it's great to have that. Very efficient operation. This pull comes down on a Blady edge. 2 goalies out there. It's Davy Young that makes the save, and she'll stick around against this Pochi match defense. Clara Liu is available, tries to go Davy Young, but no completion. We've got the coaches telling Paley, settle down. Paley does the woo-saw to chill out here and picks up. Was looking for Victoria Lee, but instead they find Isabella Chen. Chen throws some fakes to Paley, is going to reset around to Vines. Vines has Paley into space, and Paley jumped thinking she'd get it, and the wind just robbed her of that.
Yeah, the wind really dropped that disc fast while she was just getting ready to catch it.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was a great pass, though.
Oh, yeah.
Outside the field, coming back in the end zone.
Yeah. So, Toro lucky to get it back here. As they go to Pearson, it's too high, and Paley laying out to ensure the play is made. The intentional delay, she only has 3 seconds to do this, and I don't think Toro knows this, but you can count a delay of 3 seconds if a player purposely does not pick it up when they're right there. Paley with the big OI backhand to Chekalova, and it's a goal. Another break for Dyno, so Dyno regains the lead. The score is 7-6. So we have 1 or 2 points left in half here.
Yes, Dyno, I'm sure, really wanting to get into that halftime with 2 points ahead. They will put their best line forwards, I bet, on this next point.
Yeah, this is where you stack your line. So the Bell twins are out there, like immediately. Paley is going to go out there. Who else have we got out there? Sammy Lamb. 19, Petrachuk.
On the field. Thank you very much for your service. Make our games better. Teamwork.
And Isabella Chen.
I know they love being noticed.
I could keep going down the list here, but moral of the story, unsurprising. Alina Duffield as well. Toro, common O-line that we've seen out there. They haven't lost the wheels, Toro. They've just been making some mistakes.
No, I think they're still sticking to their plan. It's not working. So
Come on down
Yeah.
to the big number 1 sign. The bottom of the stand. The go onto the field. You got one shot.
So it's going to be Tessa with the pull here.
The bag from Heath. Where is that?
And this pull unfielded, or uncaught, fielded, I should say. But Toro able to move it to Pearson in the middle pretty quickly. She has a big around shot to Huang. Goes back to Pearson. She has the IO, but it's on the ground. Like I said, Marie, just another mistake. And our observers dropping the homemade pylons to mark where the disc comes in.
this is exactly what Dyno wanted, a turn and to be able to get that break. We'll see if they manage to do it.
Petrushuk takes off and it's able to adjust on the underthrown huck and makes a great play and flips that to Isabella Chen, who pushes her way through some contact to get a goal back to back. Dyno is fired up, and that brings us to half. 8-6 on a 4-point run by Dyno. The score 8-6. We're going to jump off at halftime here. Should either team want to conduct an interview, we will have those for you at half, as well as some ads. If not, you can join us back in 7 minutes. And if we don't come back for 7 minutes, no one wanted to do an interview. So we're going to pop off, and you can stay with us or take a break and come back in 7 for our final half of the junior phase of the tournament. Stay with us.
Back to the game. 8-6 Dyno.
And we are back here with the final half of our junior phase of the tournament. A tight matchup here between Toronto's Toro and Vancouver's Dyno in our women's division. It's been a swing of a game so far. Toro was leading at 1.53, but now it is Dyno up 8-6 as the momentum has gone back and forth.
Dyno finishing the first half with 3 breaks. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going.
Toro coming down into match defense. Tessa, a little upset with that late contact from Kelly Choa. Haley, her pass errant out to Daphne Bell, and Daphne turns around and says, I think that's on me. It's all good. Pearson picking up for Toro. Has a wide open Lucy Gao. Gao squeaks that through, and Toro starts a give-go. Choa needs a reset. Gao's back here, but instead she takes the safer option to Neri. Neri showing us some springs earlier. Throws that over to Dagan. Into Pearson. Dagan. Over to Gao. Lots of lateral movement. Back to Pearson here from Toro. Choa. Going to put that out to space for some upfield production. And all by herself is Daisy Zhu. And that, I would say, a pivotal point and pivotal break for Toro. It's very different coming out of half and getting scored on to go up against a 3-point lead and scoring a break in a 1 point. I mean, obviously, but I mean from the mental and emotional sense, it's such a difference for the players.
And I'm sure Toro is relieved to get that break and stop the streak that Dyno was on, and then coming back out of the second half strong. They must be really excited.
Dyno leading the game 8-7. They have 4 breaks this game.
4 to 4 breaks.
Is it 4 to 4? I have not been keeping track very well, but thank you. So that puts us on serve. And I mean that's like resetting the game. I mean, well, no, sorry, is that right? You know,
It's 8-7 for Dyno
been a
right
long day.
now.
We're just gonna go with that. It's 8-7
And-
for Dyno. Let's make it a tail of the second half.
Dyno is on O, so and they want this one for sure.
Haley's pull picked up by Tessa. Flips it to Daphne. Back to Tessa. Very common thing we're used to seeing here with support from Haley. Well, not support, but partnership, as Haley has been super active this game. She's got the jump cut, generate some lateral movement, and off the hands of Ing, who's able to keep it alive on the second effort. Haley. Doesn't like the look to Chen, and instead goes to Daphne, and now Chen gets the reception. She'll flip it over to Daphne. Looking for options. Toro with some switches to protect the up line, but Tessa takes off. Another poach to stop the up line. Can Paley get there? Easily she can. And she swings that around. We'll get it back from Lamb. Daphne. Looking for options. Hits Tessa. Tessa looking off Daphne, and Daphne with the hard work in front makes Davy Young turn her back and punishes the hold for Dyno 9-7.
So Dyno keeping that lead starting the second half.
I think, you know, that plan we were talking about at the beginning of the game where Dyno was running their bigger names, you know, running their stars in an effort to try and like gain that comfortable lead and then ride it to the end. Now in a position to do so, right? You've had the 7-minute second half rest. While you did get broken out a half there, you just got the Bell twins and Paley and Chen and Ing, you know, and Lamb doing the work that they've done all game to get some production on offense. And now it's like, okay, now we can get our power players to really push down Toro's momentum. And we see that with some crossing over here as it's Tessabel holding the disc right now who's going to pull. And otherwise, we're seeing somewhat of a rotation, but also some familiar faces. Petrachuk out there. Haven't seen a lot of Ella Rawson.
The coach is pointing for matchups. We'll see if that pays out.
This pull has got some zip on it, so Toro doesn't want to pick it up, but they do flip it to Gal quick out to Pearson.
Who's on it?
No one's on Pearson, and he gets that free flip to Davy Young. That pass up high. Can Gal get it? She does. Height don't mean a thing in this game, as players are just getting position and getting the disc. Gal digs that out of the ground. Pearson wide open. It's a pick, but it's a turnover on the continuation rule. And heartbreak.
Seeing that too often, getting a turn and being excited to do a fast play, but then turning it right back.
Dagan working hard to get open on the reset. She does and flips it to Davy Young. Pearson doesn't like the look up line. He does like the one to Davy Young, though, and hits that. Pearson takes the around. That's a low throw, but easily fielded by number 19, Mia Chekalova. So a hold for Toro, keeping this game within one. The score, 9-8. 33 minutes remain until our soft cap time. If we get there, we'll let you know how it works. Had to in the previous final.
Yeah, right now there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting tired. It's the end of the tournament, third day or fourth day for some of playing hard ultimate.
Yeah.
Now you just need to focus. Don't make any mistakes. This is the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's cliche.
It
Leave
is.
it out on the field, though. Now's the time. I mean, the best players do that. And I think I wonder how many players. And I mean, this is more, ask yourself, everybody. When you say that to yourself, do you actually do it?
Yeah.
And the best players, the All-Stars, certainly do.
Camera. Document.
And doing it in front of a stacked crowd. This is the last game of the entire junior tournament. Tomorrow, the senior tournament starting.
This poll kind of getting some matchups settled. They're going to have to pull soon to what? All right, just down to the time limit there. This is a great poll. Has some hang time, but not a lot of wheels out of Toro there, so they're letting the four-person handler core get ready. Kind of baited by Pearson, but Daphne able to reel it in. Disc eventually working its way to Paley. And a great bid there by Natalie Leung. Daphne moves that around to Paley. Has a free reset to Hoy if she wants it. She doesn't. And finds Daphne. Daphne gonna pop it over to Paley. Kind of lucky. But Paley with a good read, as that throw was a weird one. And lots of traffic in front of Paley. She'll put it out to space. Off the hands of Sammy Lamb. Sammy, you better go give Daphne a hug, and she does. As Daphne cleans that up. The hold for Dyno, the score 10-8.
Dyno with a bit of luck on their side with that high bladey backhand and then the tipped disc, but they take the lead.
So this is kind of the game plan I expect to see from Toro. Get a lead, maintain with your stars. Just the little execution errors at the crucial times continue to get in Toro's way here. And Dyno unrelenting on the pressure to force those to happen.
Yes, but I've been seeing it across this tournament. I mean, the teams that manage to not have too many mistakes on their possessions are the one coming out on top. You just need to be able to stay focused, have the energy, the mental energy to do quality throws, to pivot, and
not counting on the turnovers of the other team.
No,
Working on your own
just
game, right?
yeah. Like unforced errors
Yeah.
on your side.
2026. Both medalists in the spirit of the game.
Mara Vines is full.
Spirit of the game.
It's got some hang time on it, and Gal will collect, but Dyno also not coming down super. Well, I lied. They're all there. And good pressure, but Devin Young able to find some room on the break side. Flips it over to Dagan. Gets the upline open side and chucks. An absolute dot to Tanya Krulik. That is why you don't want handlers to get it into the power position, everybody. That is to say, Veronica Davies-Young momentum on that up the line cut totally served the power behind that huck, and she just put it where the defender could never get to. And we know that Monique Petrachuk is a defender who's been putting in a ton of effort, but nothing she could do there. The score, 10-9.
Right in the space in front of her cutter in the deep zone. Beautiful pass.
Anytime you can lead the offense who's already got steps on the defender, it's kind of a sure thing, but you got to throw it hard, and Davy Young did so. She'll stay on.
Oh, yeah.
Using her height this game.
She's been playing a lot of points.
Yeah, you know what? I think she's been probably playing the most on the Toro squad. We're seeing a lot of common names out there, of course, but I think Davy Young is taking the most points played for Toro right now. Pearson's had a bunch, but not on this point. Naomi Lewis-Pole will land in bounds. Haley showing some hustle to get it right away. T-Bell facing off against the zone. Moves the disc around to Lamb. Daphne gets it and flips it over to Paley. Paley's going to punish the wing here. No one covering Kira Lee. And she'll flip that to Tessa. That agreed upon foul. We heard the clap as Tessa caught that. And knocked out of her hand by Naomi Liu. Good spirit there as everybody recognized what happened. Daphne gets that over to Paley. Boy attacking the disc to make that difficult catch. We'll give it back to Paley. Daphne's in front. Paley doesn't like it. Looks for Tessa instead. She finds her sister across. Nobody's on Sammy Lamb. She's at the doorstep and flips it to Paley. Wait for the signal. Goal! 11-9. We have had no breaks since the score was 8-7.
That's right.
And we have just traded since then. The score 11-9.
I feel like Toro's defense on this point, they had some gaps. Some players were left alone. I don't know, it was part of the plan to try to block some lines, but did not work. Dyno managed to move it around.
Putting on my coaching hat and maybe thinking about veterancy in some of these players, specifically the wings in the zone. I mean, when you have the Bell twins and Paley and the rest of the O-line, because, I mean, I could just keep naming names for Dyno right now. Those players attacking the short space in front of the disc against a zone, your inclination is to go cover them.
Yeah.
Because you know the disc is hitting them a lot. However, if you're not conservative on the wings and you leave that giant gap behind you where a player can just sit in and then a big OI goes up, which is exactly what happened, your zone is cooked, as the kids say.
Yeah, unless it's really windy and you're pretty comfortable leaving a bit of space on that wing. I feel like today is not the day.
Yeah, Toro, if they're going to run that zone again, they have to be comfortable letting the cup try and shut down those squirrely handlers and really make sure there's no gaps in the backfield. Another pull from Vines here. Another great one. As Gao and Dagan start to get it moving. Good mark there, shutting down Pearson's cut to the side, but Choa comes under to get it, and now Pearson is open for the flip and moves it around to Shekalova, who moves that to Dagan. Toro finding the gaps here. Neri needs something. Doesn't like the pass to Dagan, but she's running out, to Pearson, but does find Dagan, who in turn finds Pearson. And that throw is underthrown, trying to sneak it around Victoria Lee, but Lee had the read on that before it was thrown, I would say.
Oh, yeah. She saw that coming, and it was not strong enough to be over Lee, so she just got her hand on that.
And that's the throw into the wind, the flick into the wind that's been tight.
But now the long pass with the wind probably carried it a bit far for the receiver.
Yeah, Duffield can't make up that distance. Not for the lack of trying, though. Ken. That disc hits the turf. Duffield signals her team, chill out. Handler's coordinating. Bynes is smart, walks away from it so that their team can get organized. As Tessa picks up, finds Duffield off the front of the stack. They'll reset to Tessa. Bynes takes off. Who's going to be the reset now? It's going to be Duffield. Tessa. Doesn't like the contested reset, but she likes it. The open one to Ing. And not quite in is Chen. And she'll find Tessa Bell. A break for Dyno, bringing the score to 12-9.
Starting to be late in the game with 3 points advantage. I think Dyno will be quite happy. Timeout called from Toro's side. They need to figure something out, and something quick.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed the Toro coaching staff, I got there, was content with the trades and thinking the breaks would come, but now they've been broken themselves.
Yes.
So they're going to regroup. I would love to be part of this huddle and hear what Coach Emma is saying, but you know, we see Dyno here electing not to take the huddle. Let's just get the line back out there.
Well, when you're
more familiar faces.
Up 3 points, you want to show that you're just ready to play and put some pressure on the other team. So Dyno showing we're ready, we're here, we're not scared.
So we're about, just mathing in my head here, 22 minutes from soft cap. We might get there. Score of 12. If Dyno continues on a run here, probably not, but and take some, they could take a timeout if they want, and one more timeout in this half if they wanted. I believe Dyno hasn't taken any timeouts this half, so they can take one more. So, I mean, could extend. But here I am speculating about time. What I am more curious about is if Toro is just going to ride their big names for the rest of the game. You know, like I said, I would have liked to be in that huddle, and I'm like, what's the plan here? You have a junior program, you've got some grads, you do want people to get this moment in the sun, both metaphorically and literally, but, you know, at the same time, you're down 3, you're going to play to win. It's a program, you're a strong team, you want to be on the map. You should be pushing to win here.
But we're seeing big names of Toro still on the sideline.
So Vines is going to pull again. And that disc will hold its edge in bounds, but not go very far as it lands near half. Toro is able to move it to Pearson. On the close side of the field, Merle now hits Davy Young. And there's no options right away, so she'll go back to Pearson. Violation signaled. I mean, it always looks like a shrug. I almost thought she's like, where are my cutters? But it's actually a violation call. Don't know what
Time violation that we're seeing from the servers?
Oh, you know what? They're checking the distance. It was starting the stall count too far away. Oh, that's why our observers here are like, well, let's see. Where was it? Do I agree this is too far away or not?
So you can start your stall count 3 meters out from your
Correct.
from the pivot point.
And turnover occurs, kind of bouncing off the receiver's hands. Vines will pick up. Duffield tries the jab step in front, doesn't work. Next cut is covered. So Vines is going to have to huck. It's low. Merle tries to get the D, but Duffield with the superior read brings it in. Elects not to huck. She's got a few options. Elects to go to Vines. Vines is going to huck again. Another contested shot. The tall Davy Young says nope and shuts the door. Davy Young has an option underneath the Pearson. Merle thinks she's by herself deep, but she's not. So now, bit of a stall in the offense. Davy Young in power position again. Well, just chuck. She's got such an arm, but the wind coming across the field, we've said, from the top left of your screen, pushes that huck out of bounds.
And they're going to be bringing that disc back quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, it's just right here, kind of just to the right of our table. The orange pylon, if you can see it on your screen, marking where the disc has to come inbounds.
So missing a bit of edge, and the wind blew it out. That's a shame. She had a nice cutter going deep in Merle.
Vines doesn't like the under to Petrochuk. Throws the around, but it's blocked by Lou. Big hand block. Kind of quiet. I don't think anybody but us knew she got a hand on that. Liu is hand blocked in turn. And Chen helps out for the team defense by Dyno. Vines chucks again. Will it be Petrochuk? No, I believe this is a tough one. I'm replaying this in my head. Did Short hit her after the fact? Because I think Petrochuk had it bounce off her first. But she's going through the back. I mean...
Yeah, I feel like she pushed her forward, and then she missed her grab because of that.
Okay. But Petrochuk, did you feel like she jumped backwards at all?
No.
Okay.
No. I think she was... Either she jumped a bit slightly forward or up.
Okay.
But definitely on contact, on her back.
Observer ruled unplayable. So it is a turnover. So I think she is saying, hey, I actually got fouled after the turnover happened. Marie, I was right about something.
You can't always be wrong.
Toro disc. Short's open. She'll look to Pearson, who's been dependable but doesn't like the throw. Instead, goes back around to Liu. Pearson stretching out to bring that in. We'll go back to Liu. She's going to throw wide open to Short. And Short has the good read. Toro brings it in, keeping this game within 2. The score 12-10. So the timeout proving to be fruitful. But I know has seemed quite comfortable this half with a 2-point lead that has not changed for, well, since the beginning of half, really.
Yeah, and trading possession on this point, so a bit longer point for these high-name players, let's say. We'll see what they elect to do next.
15 minutes till soft. Seeing some repeat players from Toro out there. Davy Young is out there. Pearson is out there. Yao. While on Dyno, I'm looking down and See some twins. Duffield. Natalie Young is out there. Not sure if Paley's out there. Boy. So, yep, standard O-line.
Thank you, Jalen.
And sidelines are getting noisy here. Toro feeling some momentum. Paley picking up. We'll flip it to Tessa. Boy takes off. Has a big under, but no one's clearing out in time. So Daphne makes herself available for the reset. Daphne doesn't like the throw to Tessa. She'll have to chuck late. Hoy has the read with the wheels. And stalled down is called. Now, in this instance, I
didn't feel that the stall count was this high.
Yeah, the old 8, 9, 10 though.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. You're getting to 8 and then 9, 10. You really want to get it out.
But then she elects to huck it.
Yeah. I think you're down by a few points. Dyno just caught on the end zone. You got some defenders down there. If you contest, the disc will come back. But Hoy, everybody would have to go back to where they are, and Hoy would still be open. You go to the observer. It will stand kind of even, or it'll be a turnover. So I don't know. I don't know the best shot here. Gonna roll the dice.
So contested
Fall
stall
down.
count.
Yeah. So Hoy made a great save there, though. I want to just shout out number 15, Adelaide Hoy, turning on the Jets to go get the desperation throw.
Not an easy grab as well.
No. So this will come in at 8. Hoy, was Hoy that covered? Okay, so this is sometimes this happens. She's gonna go for it. Hoy again, making the read and moderate difficulty of catch. Moves to Paley. Oh, but out to space with a little too much spice. Does not connect with Bell. That was Tessa Bell. No one on Davy Young, carrying the staff from the sideline of Dyno, yelling Hucker. Davy Young has sent it. A great run through D there by Sammy Lamb. Some contact, incidental, rough, but incidental, I believe. I think, well, I mean, there's some perspective here to say, is there no way that contact wouldn't have happened to get
Dyno
that play?
defender managed to get her shoulder in and block the D, but I feel like the Toro player still had some momentum. And
Yeah,
they
I mean,
just
did 87? That's yeah, Sammy Lamb get there first? Yes.
oh yeah,
But
definitely.
did in doing so make it into a situation where that sort of contact was going to happen no matter what? And if that is the case, it can be argued that that's a foul if the contact was basically hard enough. So
Yeah.
we're going to see what the ruling here is. This is a tough one in competitive games.
Yeah.
Sometimes players develop an understanding, kind of the unspoken understanding as the game goes on, that this sort of contact is acceptable. And then when it gets called, it kind of leads to quite a bit of friction because it's like, well, what style are both teams sort of playing at, and then going by the letter of the law suddenly. So difficult to say where this will go. The observers, you can see, adjusting their radios. They do talk together on their headsets. So it is a contest. It's going to go back. Handshake there between the players. So a good resolution, friendly. Neri is going to take the sub. And Dagan is going to come on. And the disc will have to go back to the thrower. That'll be Devin Young with the disc. Davy Young, pardon me. Staff from the sideline on Dyno saying flat. They know that Davy Young is a shooter, but hard to do from a static position here, and there's lots of coverage downfield, so I would be very surprised if she hugged it. Coming in on 2. She'll reset to Pearson. Looking to Dagan. Dagan with a few jab steps gets it to the break side. The disc moves over to Gao. Gao hits the dirt to get it up, and that hurts.
That hurt. We heard it from here, and yeah.
Yeah, so Lucy Gao putting her body on the line.
Saving that disc.
Yeah. Dyno elects not to sub. They're going to put Clara Liu on. Or sorry, Toro's going to put Clara Liu on while Dyno does not sub. Daphne Bell inquiring about the count. Do I get the stalls before she called the injury, or is it when she hit the ground? Left coming on 1. And Observer Troy explains, nah, it's when she hit the ground. She had to call it after, so it is on 1. And a huck from Static turns over right away. Hard to do, hucking from Static into the wind. This disc rolls out of bounds. Basically where Lou's standing. Tessa Bell taking her time to get the disc, letting her team get set. And Dyno attempts to do a sideline play here with an out and under. Doesn't pay off. Lots of people in the way now. Hammer to Hoy, no good, but Sammy Lamb runs it down to keep it alive. She goes around to Tessa, and it's just popping up over the head. You know that's an execution error by Lamb when she puts her hands on her head like that. But she's shown she can make some plays and get it back. Dagan's throw. Chekalova works, and that's a high one to Davy Young, but Tessa Bell just kind of hangs out to make the play and chucks it right back. Pillay tries to get the play, and Dagan will pick up. She takes her time, seeing her team is too far away to really rush things here. Finds the around for a gain to Pearson. Davy Young elevating to make the catch. To Pearson. Pearson's throw is low. Maybe a little too much edge on that around with the wind as it is.
Again, a long point for both teams.
Bell looking for options. Finds her sister Daphne. Coach is from the sideline saying, do something. Dyno's cuts kind of all over the place. Hoy, though, is left alone and is able to get the pass and then flip it to one of the core handlers, Grace Haley, swinging it around to Daphne. Tessa with the slash cut from the handler position, looking for the break. Has Paley for the free reset. And hits it. And Dyno going to play around with it while their offense gets organized downfield. Bell sisters are working with Paley here. They might as well be triplets with the connections they've had this game.
Oh, yeah.
Toro showing some heart here, getting these stall counts high and really shutting Dyno downfield until now. As Sammy Lamb is able to break out, put that out to space. The wind caught that one.
Oh, definitely pulled it out behind the end zone.
It slide. And they're asking for a new disc. I'm currently holding it as I found it. And
It slid under the fence.
yeah.
Passerby slid it back.
Oh, they're on top of it?
We've got a disc.
We're good. I'm just going to keep this here, nice and safe. The team effort here, everybody. Timeout, Toro.
Timeout. Toro. Timeout.
Last timeouts for Toro in this half. This is a Dyno offense, so Toro wanting to get that break.
Oh, it is. This is a hold for Dyno.
This is a hold for Dyno.
Okay. Or would be. It's an 0 point, I should
But
say.
we're now 6 minutes out from the soft cap. This might get to be, if Toro manages to punch it in, might be a game to 13. Who knows?
Yeah, Toro certainly showing some heart and tenacity here, even though Dyno has maintained this lead. They just will not go away. This point, really dogging the handlers downfield.
Yes, stall count, we're getting high. A lot of passes.
Yeah. And it eventually paid off. I mean, like Dyno, but you know, the opportunity, I mean, when Lamb broke out there and then threw that hook, that was actually a great opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that the wind got under that throw. I mean, that is some experience to tell you you're going to have to probably throw a flick here instead of a backhand with the wind as it is. But so now that TORO is set, Dyno is entitled to 20 seconds to get in position. Consultant and former coach Edward Blow setting everybody up to poach in the lanes here and set up a bracket to defeat this side stack. Well, no, it's 2-1-2. And it's read immediately by Lamb, who flips it to Tessa. Tessa goes up the gut to Lamb. Lamb with the double happiness. Getting the defensive play and the point. And that is the hold.
That's a hold for Dyno, getting 13-10. So now comfortable lead considering 4 minutes left before soft cap.
Okay. That is comfortable.
Doesn't mean you need to relax.
Oh, that's no, foot on the gas all the way through this.
Oh yes.
That is how comebacks are bred,
Yes.
right? Because you can't rely on the time in this format to kind of cap out. There's soft cap only. So you take your foot off the gas and you're like, we got time. No, you don't. You got to score to win. So foot on the gas all the way. From a coaching perspective, first time I was coaching against a soft only format, we had a lead on a team about 3 points, and then I heard cap in 3 minutes, so I called the timeout. Halfway through the timeout, half the team looked at me and like, why are we doing this? And I was kind of like, because I don't remember the rules. So I do like the soft only, where you have to score to win. You can't eat up the clock and try and let the hard cap bail you out.
No, definitely. It makes for a much more interesting game where everybody has to play the entire length of the game.
This pull full outs. It's not very far, but it does give Dyno time to come down in position. And TORO wasn't quite organized to know who picks up. Degan will hit Pearson on the close side of the field. He'll go back to Degan, has the around. And a misstep there by Galarkey. And big noise from the Dyno sideline as this is a good chance to put it away here. And they're going to try with the huck. Degan's like, yeah, I saw that coming. But again, off the hands. Another mistake. And it's a roller coaster of emotions out here as Victoria Lee makes the play. And standing over the disc, this is to live game. 3-2-1, stall one. So don't let the offense do that. Hold them to account. Lou on Vines. More emotions as Badian makes the play. It's getting us a little amped up with excitement over here, Marie.
I think they need to actually try to cool things down and stop with the big passes.
Galarkey's pass off target to Pearson. Another turnover. You're right, but TORO doesn't have any more timeouts.
No,
so they
all
just got to
out.
leave it out there. And the horn's going to go off next to us shortly. Love that. Oh, that was loud. Vines. Her pass makes it to Lee. Back to Vines. Fine's looking for options. She has the reset to Chang. Instead, they go to Lee. Lee pitches that out in space. And Duffield was in the area with Sophie Kin. Dyno gets the point. That horn, though, was not hard cap. Don't celebrate too hard, Dyno, because you still have to score again. It is going to be a game to 15. The score 14-10.
Same as ever.
But they've got a decent lead now.
That
punch one in.
I did say that would kind of, I think, seal the deal for the team. A 4-point lead. The momentum is certainly on your side. That is a huge break. So yeah. I mean, I'll happily eat my words if Toro can come back. No problem. But
if they manage to come back and do this in universe,
yeah, that's fine.
That's gonna be awesome.
I can happily go back on the Huckabee podcast and say, wow, did I ever make a mistake? But I mean, I just feel like Dyno has it all, the energy right now. How can Toro answer in this position? This is very difficult for any player in any age group at any stage of their career to say, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
They're up 4 and we can come back and
we can do it. Yeah.
That's so difficult to do. It has happened at Nationals before. 2012, Furious George versus Strike. Strike was leading 14-11 and Furious took the win. So we've seen it. That was a while ago, though. Chekalova. We'll dump that back. Gao has Dagan. Dagan kind of giving the head shake to Pearson. Pearson's able to reel it in just in front of Daphne. She'll chuck. It's going to air out. And number 5, Isabella Chen was all alone as it just sailed into her vicinity. Lamb finds Daphne. Duffield takes off. Instead, it's Chen making the athletic grab. Petrachuk's cut kind of slowed up, and Gao saw it coming, so she gets the turn. So, Toro not giving up, as we said.
Yeah, Dyno doing a good job on stopping these long looks from Toro. Much better than the beginning of the game, but we'll see if I'm right.
Dagan tuck to Pearson is blocked by Paley. And Paley has just had such a solid game. And makes that crucial play there as she'll set up kind of in the reset position with Daphne. Both of them having Tessa fetch to the disc. They now move over to the side as Dyno gets in a set where they're trying to work it to the far side of the field. That pass is high. Paley makes the bid, but it's pushed out of bounds. So you need to score this, Toro. This is the position where it's a momentum shift. Turning this over, Dyno's just going to huck on you. So punch this in to keep some momentum in the game. Dagan looking for some options, goes across, fielded well by Chekalova, puts it out to space, and Pearson reels it in. So Toro is still alive on the more difficult side of the field. The score, 14-11.
14-11, game to
13-11? 14-11. I heard the announcer say 13, so I'm just double checking here.
No, definitely 14-11. That's 1 down for Toro. They need 3 more.
I'm just going to get a quick check on that just so I'm not totally off. Excuse me. Troy?
We're just checking the score. So we're good with 14-11 for Dyno. Local announcer making us doubt our notes.
Yeah, Brian Giselle on the mic over there. What does he know about Ultimate, I wonder? Actually, I kid. Brian does so much. Y'all have no idea. President of Whiffed It for a time. I don't know what his station is currently. I haven't asked. But man knows what he's doing. Heckles me a lot. Don't know why.
Because it's fun. I think that's it.
It's got to be it. All right, Dyno signaling readiness. And Toro getting in position, making sure they have their matchups. Don't want to blow anything right now. Loose pull is going to be far. It's going to land out. So Tessa Bell will bring this to the blue X, the center of the field, long ways, and horizontally, I should say, marking the brick. Has a speedy cut open to Lamb, and she pitches that out to number 97, who has to make the second effort. That was Natalie Young, bounced off her hands, and she had to make a second effort.
Shaking her hands out. The impact on the ground.
Dagan doesn't like the pass to Pearson. Pearson's going to stick around just in case. Davy Young takes off. She's going to come under. She has a chucker. Merle cuts her off. Davy Young can still get it. She's going to shoot. And it's number 82, Naomi Lou, turning on the Jets. Okay. 14-12.
Toro are not saying it's over yet. They want to keep playing.
Timeout, Dyno. You know, I don't think this is like a panic timeout from Dyno. This is more like, hey, the pill's going to come down. We're going to set up a play so we're all organized, we're all on the same page, and do a little bit of a reset here. Also, give those players that were obviously going to double or triple shift right now a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
But, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is Dyno's first time out of the half, so they still have another one if they need to.
Yeah, that's right.
They just need to set up play.
But the timing doesn't matter. We'll just remind everybody there is no hard cap. This game is going to 15 until it goes to 15. So, it's
we'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Dyno once again on the line, ready to play.
Yeah, they've got their set. I mean,
yeah, they're not puzzling. It
Yeah.
was just, like you said, get a breather,
Yeah.
drink a bit of water, and
yeah,
they want to finish this.
Boy,
I love
Lee,
this look.
Paley. Yeah,
Girls holding hand.
yeah,
Like, we're ready.
gonna win together here.
Yeah.
So we've got Hoy, Kira Lee, Paley, Lamb, the Bell twins, and Chen out there, ready to go. Wow. Toro, Dagan's played every point. So has Pearson in the last little while. Gau's back out there after an earlier injury. Davy Young. Chekalova. Really familiar names. Lou on the mark. As T-Bell. Tessa looking for some option. Doesn't chuck. Instead, does chuck. Thought she had her sister, but no. Can Merle get there in time? Superior read was had by Kira Lee, but it seems she almost kind of gamed Merle to go in first before establishing her proper position. Dagan has the disc. They'll bring it up. No one on Chekalova. That disc hits the ground on an unfortunate miscue on the reset by Dagan. Tessa Bell has been picking up the disc every time here, and she will again. Her sister setting up in front. You know this is going to be an ISO between the two. The double team out to space. No one covers Paley. Dyno wins.
Piling up on the field.
Dyno winning 4 years after winning on this very field in 2023. Things coming full circle with the squad after kind of a rotation and generation of players. Congratulations to them. They really took over with that comfortable lead and rode it to the end, stifling Toro as they tried to come back. This concludes one half of the Canadian Ultimate Championships. The junior phase of the tournament is over. Tomorrow we will begin streaming pool play games with some regional diversity from the senior phase of the tournament. I believe it will be one game from each division tomorrow, open, mixed, and women's, in no particular order because I can't remember what it is. So join us for that. Otherwise, Marie, it's been a pleasure. This was a lot of fun.
We had great weather, great ultimate all of this beginning of the week, and hopefully it'll keep up for the senior tournament.
Yeah. Clay Hallett, Marie-Philippe Mayotte signing off. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us tomorrow for the beginning of seniors at the Canadian Ultimate Championships.